I think the partnership between IMAX and Mainframe came about because the imagery of the show is so geared towards an IMAX ride film. We do a lot of POV shots, a lot of shots where we take the camera through the city, through different environments, and I think that lends itself very naturally to an IMAX ride film. The CG imagery that you'll see in this ride is going to be different from some films that you've seen, like Jurassic Park, where it's a combination of live-action film and CG imagery. This being 100% CG, we can do a lot more with it. We could do a lot more with the camera, which isn't very important for an IMAX ride. It's good to be able to move the camera a lot and quickly. So I think that's going to give it a very different look from other comparable CG things. Perhaps Toy Story is the closest, in that was also 100% computer generated. So I think that will be the closest in look to what we're looking for, but ours will be much more realistic, much darker, probably a lot more jeopardy involved as well.
I mean, we've taken the existing Mainframe universe, and obviously we've added a lot more detail to it. It's getting, the IMAX ride has given us a chance to get closer to what the original idea was, and more like a really dense Blade Runner type city. That's been really fun. And technical things that we're doing, you know, different technical aspects that IMAX needs, and the fact that we're doing that is making it is another jump in the facility, so it's really good. The audience will definitely feel immersed. I mean, just the animators ourselves, you know, we've been staring at these models for 3 years, and the first time we saw the models project onto the IMAX screen, we just stared at with jaws open, because it's just all of a sudden the city had such huge depth, and we just stood there looking at it. We just couldn't believe how huge it was. I mean, just for the audience, it's going to be such a huge jump as well. And you know, for us, we're so jaded by it, just seeing these models for 3 years. And for them, it's just going to be a whole new thing.
I think the really exciting thing with this is that we're able to push things to a detail that we weren't able to in the TV show. We really want to make this look good. So the detail, the lighting, the special effects, we're putting a lot more work into. And I think it's going to look quite impressive. That's the real excitement, is just how much more detail we can cram into the ride. I hope to see them go, wow. And like I say, on the test we've run, we've been astonished at how it feels just to be in that sort of 180 sense, and to actually be inside the environment that we've only ever seen on a TV screen. That's the really exciting thing, I think, is to make them feel like they're inside, they're actually in Mainframe, a part of the adventure that's going on in the ride. And I think that's going to really excite the audience.
Bring it to life is once again, putting the audience inside the Mainframe. When you watch the series, you're looking at a small little box in your living room or your family room, and it's not a very personal relationship to you as a viewer. But in the ride film, you're in a vehicle, you've got 180-degree view screen, you're right inside of it, and you feel it right away. And all of a sudden you're like dropping through the environment, you're seeing buildings go by you and everything else, and you get the whole shift of the environment all around you. It's very immersive.
Okay, so at this point we're going to have the RV hit the back of the bike, take out the engines, and it's going to bounce the bike onto the lily pad. And then we'll have the RV catch up, and Bob's car will come in, and we'll see them all in a group, and that's when Bob can capture Megabyte.
What we're doing here is, this is the portal for the tear that's going to take us into Mainframe. So at the beginning of the ride, this is what Megabyte opens up, and it's going to be sort of the gateway into Mainframe. What happens is Maxine then stabilizes the tear, and then it transports us into Mainframe.
Well, the music's going to have lots of energy. It's going to have to drive and drive and drive and build and build and build, and when it's built as far as it's go, it's going to have to build some more. I mean, that's the way those rides work. It's to get the adrenaline pumping and adrenaline pumping and all the rest of it. So I think the music's going to have to be really high energy. It's going to be on the top of the energy line. Whereas in ReBoot, the show, the music goes all over the place. It gets high energy sometimes, but I think this is going to be pretty, going to have to be pretty intense for the whole thing.
We are Maxine, and we know exactly where you want to go.
Limitless power. Maxine must be mine.
Herr Doktor.
Jawohl, Herr Megabyte. The tractor beam is now fully operational, Your Viral Omnipotence.
Excellent. When the Maxine search engine is mine, I can infect the entire net. Nothing can stand in my way.
But what about the Guardian?
Bob and Ms. Matrix. Oh, I'm sure we can keep them occupied. Activate the system at once, and let us see what we can catch.
Jawohl. Throw the switch.
This time, there will be no mistakes. No one will be spared until I reach my goal. Total net domination.